Hi there. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Gauri, and today we are simplifying spirituality for everybody. And I'm going to give you a secret that nobody will ever give you. Okay, this is based on what I have learned, and feel free to use it if you feel aligned to. Okay, saying that. Step one to spirituality. So we'll have to see what is spirituality. Okay, what is spirituality? Spirit, right? And what is spirit? Spirit is inside each one of us, everything, everyone, right? So if it is inside of each one of us, everyone, then how can one person tell another who you are? You get what I'm saying? If you, me, everybody is of the same essence, so how can one person tell you the essence of another person, right? So, in order to simplify all this, we'll start with step number one. So, step number one is you have to decide. The first step of spirituality is that you need to decide what spirituality means to you. Most of the people come to the spirit, to the spirituality, to their own self, to know their self. Okay, and that is the entire purpose of us being here on this earth, to know our own self. And in order to know ourselves, we need to take a journey. Sometimes it's a straight line, sometimes it's a spiral, but it's always a journey to know our own self, right? So the first step would be to set clear intention, which is that if you want to be on this path of spirituality, you need to choose peace. You have to decide that your inner peace, not outer peace, not anybody else's peace, inner peace. Okay, this inner peace, you will have to decide that your inner peace is the most important thing, irrespective of what path you are, irrespective of where you have to go, where you have to be, or where you don't have to be. But if you're on this path, you have to make sure that your ultimate requirement and intention is inner peace, because you will have to make inner peace with a lot of things. You will have to let all the masks that tell you who you are, this you that you think you are, cannot go on this journey of spirituality, okay, with what you think you are, because you are not what you think. You are beyond this box which you think you are. If you want to go to your own self, to your own spirit, which is limitless, you will have to leave these limits behind, and you will have to find your inner peace while letting these things go. Okay, because whosoever has said about spirituality that आग का दरिया है डूब कर जाना है is very true. आग का दरिया है डूब के भी जाना है, right? But inner peace, you will have to make inner peace with things that are not true. At least for you. For others it's fine. For you it's not true. It's not true. If you don't like red color, you don't have to wear it to please anybody for any reason, right? That's inner peace. Inner peace is whatever somebody, if somebody's opposing your opinion, you make peace with that. That's inner peace. You make peace with where you are and who you are, because trust me, when we talk about spirituality and the path never ends, the journey never ends, it always continues. That's how a life is. Okay, that's why we have to keep the basic thing very clear. Basic thing is peace of mind. And when does peace of mind occur? Do you remember last time? When was the time you thought, okay, now everything is good or whatever, and now I want the peace of mind? It happens never. When does the peace of mind happens? Never. Never. The moment you get the job, you are worried about how will you keep it. The moment you buy the car, you're worried about the fuel. Okay, it never ends. Right? So there is no peace of mind. So come out of this construct that there is a peace of mind. Okay, first step to spirituality and the first truth of spirituality, there is no peace of mind, because there is no mind. Okay, and mind is the problem. Stop believing your thoughts. In order to have peace, stop believing your thoughts. Okay, research about things on the side, but first of all, keep your peace of mind. And how will you keep your peace of mind? When you do not get into stories, what is what is what, what is what, leave behind what is what. How do you leave behind what is what? By letting the mind do its thing. You don't get into it, right? You don't get into it. You choose peace. Every time a thought comes up into your mind that disrupts your peace, you say, okay, I see you, the thought, I give you the love that you desire and deserve, but I would prefer my peace in this moment, and then move from that peaceful place. See what this peace says, because when you are at peace, you are not in hurry. Okay, when you are not in hurry, you are in charge. When you are in hurry, you are not in charge, and everybody wants to be in charge. Ask me why? Because you are in charge of your own self, but you are afraid of your own self. Why are you afraid of your own self? That's why we are here to find out, right? That's the first step. We'll find out why we are afraid of our own self as we go. We don't have to figure it right now. Right now, the peace of mind is important. And this might sound so confusing. You know why? Because everything is interconnected. One thing you do affects another thing. The moment you choose your inner peace, instead of progressing on the path, making the path, doing anything, you realize that you are exactly where you're supposed to be. And when you calm down, when your nervous system is calm, you get the information you need. Okay? And spirituality is not doing outer things, spirituality is doing inner things. That's why if I would tell my older self or the younger self, the past self, to do this, I would say choose peace, make peace with whatever life is doing or whatever other people are doing or whatever things are happening. You can feel disappointed, but you can feel disappointed in peace. You can feel frustrated, but you can make peace with that. And feelings are a part of life. Feelings make us human. That's why we are here. We are here to feel. We are here to feel. We are not to ignore our feelings, but we don't have to express that all the time. Okay, in anger, in guilt, in rush, we can express them slowly also, right? That happens when you regulate your nervous system. Okay, scientifically speaking, meditation does the same thing. It regulates your nervous system. So spirituality, first step, make peace. Make peace. The world is not what you think it is, and be open for surprises. Second step, regulate your nervous system. What is nervous system? Okay, read about it, learn about it, do your own research. Never rely on anybody else's information, because nobody can tell you what you can do and what you cannot do. This is your journey, and you can take it on your pace. Okay, this is not somebody else's journey that you have to take on somebody else's pace. Okay, don't limit yourself. Spirituality will make you break limits. Why? Because limits do not exist. Your limit is your limit because you made it your limit, right? If I say I can only walk for 10 kilometers, maybe I have tried to walk till 10 kilometers and then I made this my limit and I did not went further, which does not mean that you cannot walk for 20 kilometers, right? Because you went till 20 kilometers and you're fine with 20, so that becomes your limit, right? Somebody goes beyond, 30 becomes their limit. It's your limit, you decide it, right? It's your world for a reason. So how will you? Until you know your own self. So start from the inside. To know yourself, start from the inside and use the world as a mirror, and not all the time, and don't be critical all the time, because if you will be peaceful and if you can laugh it off, it will get 100 times easier. And the best part is that you can always find your inner guru, your true voice, and follow that, and that will always lead you to where you need to lead. Okay, so in nutshell, step number one, okay, be calm, be peaceful from inside, because no outside thing can give you peace. We have already established that. Okay, in step one also comes, look into nervous system regulation. Okay, when you are calm, the world is calm, and no matter how calm you are, you can always get calmer. Okay, so calm, you have to establish that your peace of mind is utmost for you. Second, that you need to look into self-regulation of your nervous system. You need to look into parasympathetic breathing and things like that. Okay, and do not expect me to spoon food you, because I have learned everything myself, so, and I value that so much. Okay, and when you will learn your own self, instead of taking it from somebody else, when you will learn, practice and research at the same time, then you will be your ultimate master, trust me. Okay, and spiritual journey is about becoming your ultimate master, which means you will always have so much to learn and relearn also and upgrade, because consciousness is expanding all the time, all the time. Something that is expanding all the time will always keep on expanding. That's why you have to come back to a center, and when you're peaceful, you come back to a center. When your nervous system is regulated, you come back to a center. The divine guidance reaches you directly because you are in the center. And who is in the center of everything? God, right? Voila. So this is your first step. If you want to simplify all the rest, step 2, 3, 4, 500 steps will come on their own. Okay, if you do the first step, nervous system regulation, peace of mind, because when you are peace of mind, your crown chakra opens. What are chakras? Please go read, else I'll make a video wherever. Right, do your research about everything. Don't believe anybody. Research. Trust your guidance. Research. Try, fail, experiment. Okay, start from a peace of mind. Try, experiment, become a scientist. Okay, spirituality, when you are in spirituality, you have to become a scientist. Okay, spirituality is about becoming a scientist, an alchemist, doing experiments on your own self. Okay, so make it fun, make it lighter, so that you can feel lighter, and always pray. Okay, that's all I have for you today. Thank you for joining in. I'll see you next time. If you have any questions, you can drop in the comment box. If you'd like to connect personally, details are in the description box. And always, I'm telling you my experience, and you are free to have your own experience. Thank you for tuning in. See you next time. Bye.